Hey, what's up, guys? It's Russo and Jordy with Backdoor Fantasy Sports, and this is our Underdog Show. We're going to be covering the NBA slate for Wednesday, February 28th. We've got 6 games on board. We've got a couple games that we're excited to get pieces of, and a game or two that we're probably going to fade just because there's serious blowout potential. But we do have our 5-man slip for you as usual. Before we get into these plays, though, if you've never tried Underdog, make sure you use our code BACKDOOR because they're going to match your first deposit and they're going to give you an instant pick'em special. They've been putting all sorts of discounted plays and free plays. Yesterday, they had a play with Draymond Green for under 5.5 fouls in the first quarter, which was just a hilarious little troll there since he was playing against Jordan Poole. But yeah, they're doing all sorts of deals, but just by signing up and using our code, they're going to give you a couple free plays regardless of what they give to everybody today. So make sure you take advantage of that. There's a link in the description of the video if you want to sign up, and just put in code BACKDOOR and they will hook you up. And if you're new to our channel, make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell. You'll want notifications on just so you don't miss out on these plays, but also we've been dropping free slips straight to our YouTube lately. So if you want to take advantage of some of those extra plays that we're putting out, just make sure you're subscribed and have your notifications on so you don't miss out on anything. And if you're excited about this slate today, make sure you hit that like button. We'll get the vibes going, and let's start getting going over these plays we're going to be covering. I'm going to cover 3 of them, and Jordy's going to cover 2 of them as well. But here's what we're going on for our first slip, or for our full slip. Going with Sabonis over 8.5 assists. We're going to go with Jokic over 22.5 rebounds and assists. We like Terrence Mann today over 17.5 points, rebounds, and assists. Scotty Barnes over 15.5 rebounds and assists, and LeBron James over 1.5 3-pointers made. So before we break all these down, I just want to tell you guys once again about Chalkboard. If you haven't signed up for Chalkboard yet, it's another sports betting platform, and you definitely want to sign up for this platform. It's iOS only, but they do have an Android version that's going to be dropping on March 18th, so it's coming up soon. But we've always loved Chalkboard because they have plays as low as $1, just like Underdog, but they give you the freedom to set your own lines. They already have plays that you're not going to find on other platforms. A lot of 0.5 like rebounds, 0.5 assists. They give you stuff that other platforms don't give you, but the freedom that you have to adjust your own lines and increase your multiplier or decrease your multiplier has been a game changer. Now, Jordy and I were already really stoked on this platform. Then they added the shield play. So the shield play is an insured option. It's kind of like flex plays or insured plays on Underdog. So you don't have to hit everything, but with the freedom to adjust your own lines and build out some of these like super stacked multipliers. If you go with the shield play, you can get a multiplier as high as 65x. And a lot of times it's plays that you obviously you're going to make a play that you feel really good about, but sometimes you'll notice these discrepancies on there with like, let's say Domantas Sabonis. I'm sitting here thinking, I think he can go for way more than 8.5 assists. I could bump that up to 9.5 or 10.5 and boost up my multiplier. And now that you have that shield play option, you don't even have to hit all of those. So the freedom they give you is just unparalleled. Definitely make sure you go sign up for that. And again, for now, it's iOS only, but they have a desktop version coming, and they've got Android coming on March 18th. But if you use code BACKDOOR, they're going to match your first deposit up to $100. They're going to double what you put on. So if you do deposit that whole 100, you'll get 200 to play with. But trust me when I say you definitely want to go check out this platform. I've been so stoked since they added the shield play on top of everything else they've got. So, all right, guys, let's get into these. So I'm going to start us off with Scotty Barnes. Let's break this one down real quick. If we take a look at this over-under, we have a 237.5 over-under with the Mavericks favored by 3. So we have a close game and a high-scoring game. So yeah, we're not too concerned about a blowout in this match with just a 3-point spread. And I was very excited to get a piece of what's going on here in Toronto, especially with Scotty Barnes. He just went for 12 rebounds and 12 assists against Indiana. And that's not easy to do. He's got another great matchup here. The Mavericks, specifically to small forwards, which Scotty plays, they are 22nd in rebounds allowed and 19th in assists allowed. So I just, we've been hearing the chatter. Jordy was just talking to me about how post All-Star break, Scotty is wanting to. What did you say he wanted to average? Like a triple double a game?
Yeah.
He thinks he's capable of.
Yep.
Yeah. So that's what we like to hear. We know what a stud he is. He's a young up and comer who is the face of that franchise now. So I think that I'm very excited to jump on this play. If we take a look here, he's gone over it 6 out of his last 10 games, and his last 7 straight games, he's gone over it 5 times, and the 2 that he missed it by 1 assist or 1 rebound. So with this matchup and with the vibes they have going in Toronto, I feel really good about him going over this line tonight. He's averaging 35 minutes a game, just 1.9 fouls, so he's not getting into foul trouble. We love to see that. And yeah, I mean, like, you could take his PRA if you want to, but it's juiced so high that I just want to take a piece of the rebounds and assists in particular. If we hop over to Daily Grind here, let's see. They do have his PRA juiced pretty high. But I just want to go rebounds and assists. They have this favor to go over as well at a 50.39% odds to hit, and they have their odds at a -121. And then we've got a little bit of mixed emotions across other platforms. We've got some -120s, -121, and we got some platforms that think it's like more of like a 50-50 shot. So go with your gut. If you're uncomfortable with any of these plays, just fade them. We're just showing you what we're getting into today on Underdog. So moving on, my next play, we're going to be talking about Jokic here. Let's take a look at this over-under. So we have a 231 over-under with the Nuggets favored by 7.5, which is pretty surprising to me. I think this should be a closer spread because the Kings are playing really good right now. Both of these teams are putting it together. This is a fun time of year. Teams are getting serious about getting their spot in the playoffs secured so they don't have to fight through the play-in tournament. No one wants to have that risk and liability going into the playoffs. You just want your spot secured. So this is a good time of year to be getting consistent, performances from these teams. So I'm not concerned about a blowout in this game at all personally. But yeah, we have a 231 over under. And if we hop back over to Outlier and we take a look at Jokic, he's been back in MVP form again. So if we look at these last 3 games in particular, he's been going nuts. Against Washington, which is an easy matchup. But even in that situation, you would assume there's going to be a huge blowout. Jokic is going to get that many minutes. And he still went for 19 rebounds and 15 assists. Then you got Portland, similar situation, should have probably been a blowout. He went for 15 rebounds, 14 assists. And then this last game against Golden State, he went for 16 rebounds, 16 assists. It's been nuts. We got 34, 29, 32. So 22.5. I'm staying in the flames with Jokic. He's looking like the MVP we saw at the beginning of the season. Very excited to see him back in form. Over the last 5 games, he's averaging 34.7 minutes per game. Just 3 fouls per game, so not really getting into foul trouble too much. He's so active and he's so physical that keeping it at just 3 fouls, typically if it's 3, or over 3 fouls per game, I get a little bit cautious, but not when it's Jokic, because you're kind of expecting someone that has the ball that much and is that aggressive in the paint and whatnot. I'm not surprised he's averaging 3, but that doesn't concern me here as far as missing time because of being in foul trouble. If we look at the center position with the Kings, they are giving up quite a bit. They're 20th in rebounds allowed and 17th in assists allowed. So you don't want those kind of numbers when you have an elite rebounder and passer like Jokic is. He's elite at everything. I'm just so pumped that he's playing. The Nuggets are starting to put it together. Again, this is a fun time of year. And by the way, if you're interested in checking out Outlier, this is easily the best statistical analysis app on the market. They cover everything from matchup. You can check injury reports. They have an insights section where they just give you little bits of information about players that they're featuring. It's an awesome tool. Definitely utilize it. They're giving all of our viewers a 7-day free trial. Just go through the link in the description of the video. Check it out for 7 days and you'll see why we're so hyped on it. But let's bounce over to Daily Grind for this play. All right, so they actually have this favored to go under. So keep that in mind. It's not heavily favored, just a 51.27% odds to hit the under. They have it at a -125 to go under. And then we've got other places like DraftKings that have it at a 50-50. But it looks like most of the odds makers are kind of favoring it to go under. So go with your gut. I'm not taking this for under. No way. I'm happy to take this over. And you roll the dice sometimes. I'm just assuming that he's in playoff form, and he's going to stay in this form moving forward. So I think this line will continue to go up as he has more of these types of games. But yeah, it's kind of crazy that 22.5 just seems like not that hard for a line for Jokic to hit. So I'm feeling great about that play. Let's move on to the last play we have here on my end. And Jordy and I build this slip out together. This isn't like our other shows where it's like I have my picks, he has his picks. Like we just build out this whole slip together. I just happen to be covering these three. But Terrence Mann over 17.5 PRA. This is a total steal right now. If we take a look at this over under, we get a 234.5 over under, and the Clippers are favored by 3.5. Another battle of LA. We have another situation where we don't have a huge spread, so this should be a close game. It would be great if we get all of the starters for the Lakers in this game, but we do have no Paul George, so that's why we're jumping on this Terrence Mann play here. If we look at what he's been doing over his last 4 games, he's gone over 4 out of his last 5. He didn't do much against Minnesota. His minutes weren't that high either, but he just wasn't very active in that game. But he's averaging 30 minutes a game over the last 5, just 1.6 fouls, so not even close to getting in foul trouble. He's shooting 49% from the field, only taken 8.6 attempts. Would like to see that go up. I bet you it was higher than that in that last game against Sacramento because Paul George is out. But he's also shooting 46% from 3. He's taking just under 4 attempts per game. Would like to see him shoot more from the 3 as well. Maybe we will tonight. But he does have a great matchup here. The Lakers are specifically to shooting guards, 18th in points allowed, 18th in rebounds allowed, and 22nd in assists allowed. So great matchup across the board there. And if you look at this last game when Paul George was out against Sacramento, Terrence Mann went for 39.4 minutes. So heavy minutes. I expect him to get well over 35 tonight. And we know he's capable of going off, specifically with rebounding. That game against Memphis, he went for 12 rebounds, 6 in his last. Jordy and I have been fans of this guy for a while now, and it's I would love to see him just get regular minutes somewhere, but they're just so stacked with talent that the Clippers, it takes something like Paul George missing a game for him to be pushing that 40-minute mark. But feeling great about this. 17.5 is just so low for what he's capable of. If we hop over to Daily Grind for this play, they have this favored to go over just slightly, 50.84% odds to hit. They have it at a minus 122. We got it at most of these are in the minus 120 range across the other odds makers. FanDuel's got it a little bit favored to the under. I have no idea why. There's no way I would ever take this line under with Paul George out, especially. But feeling great about those 3, and super stoked on the 2 that Jordy's going to cover too. So I'm going to pass it over to him to finish up this slip for you guys.
Sweet. Yeah, man. So before I get into all of this, I just want to tell you guys about one of our other sponsors, and that is Daily Grind. Daily Grind is, super clutch when it comes to what we do. They're by far one of our favorite sponsors. Just they reached out to us first too, and they believed in us when we were first coming up. So we appreciate them a lot and everything they've done for our channel. And Matt is a super cool guy. And so Daily Grind, it is really it's a special app. They're pretty known at this point, but for you who don't know what it is basically they have all these different types of tools. They have a DFS optimizer, a middling tool, a fantasy scores like calculator, and a DFS correlation tool. And the correlation tool is awesome. Football's not in season right now, but you can do correlation slips on PrizePicks and other apps like Underdog with it as well. And but you can do correlation for like CS2 right now if you guys are into esports and stuff like that. It'll just build you a slip that correlates together, and it's really insane. It uses like AI and all these different odds and all this stuff, and it's sick. But we use this DFS optimizer for all of our videos, and it's amazing. It shows you all the odds makers, It shows you this odds to hit percentage. It's the cream of the crop when it comes to DFS tools. So we're really stoked to be partnered up with them, and they're giving all of our viewers 25% off on your first purchase. So whatever tools you want, if you want to go with the whole bundle, they'll give you 25% off on that. Or if you just want to buy the optimizer or whatever you're wanting, they'll hook you up with that deal. So go use code BACKDOOR at checkout, and the link is in the description for that. And all right, so to cover the two I'm going over, let's start with Sabonis for 8.5 assists. This play is just money. I mean, I love this play so much. This dude's averaging like a triple-double a game right now. So for us to get this assist line at 8.5 again, it's a gimme for sure. And, it's just he runs like a point guard sometimes. He'll take the ball, they'll give it to him, and he'll push the ball up court, and he'll push it down into the paint, and he'll find somebody. And they have such good shooters on that team that it works so well for them. So, great matchup here too for him. Honestly, they're ranked 17th in assists allowed to centers, only giving up 3.6, but that would be inflated if they were playing Sabonis every game. If you look at the head-to-head, he's had some rougher times against Denver, but he has hit it in one game, 1 out of 5. But honestly, like, his minutes were kind of a little wonky in some of these games. But with the way he's on a heater now, he played them on the 14th and he only went for 7. But that was a tight game. I think he can get it done tonight just with the heater he's been on. I feel pretty good about it. If we look at the injuries too, De'Aaron Fox is a game time decision with a left knee contusion. They're saying it's a bruise, but it is a contusion. So that's going to be a big question mark. If he doesn't play, I like this play even more, to be honest. I like it if Fox plays because they just work so well together, and he's hit all of these with Fox playing. But if Fox isn't playing, Sabonis is going to have to definitely get an uptick in usage, so he'll probably bring up the ball more and stuff like that. So I feel good about this one. This one on Daily Grind is juiced to go over. It's his top play at 53.09% chance and a minus 133. So we're feeling good about that one. And then my last play here, this play, it's a 0.9x, but it was just too good for us to not feature it in here. We're going to be playing it. If you want that last 2x, you can swap this play out for a different one, but that's LeBron James' 3 points made at 1.5. The dude has just been cashing. I mean, he's done this 9 out of 10 games, 15 out of 20. In the head-to-head, he's hit this 5 out of 6 times, and it's a great matchup for him. Ranked 24th in three-pointers allowed to small forwards, and, it's the Clippers and the Lakers. I think LeBron, whenever there's a big primetime game, he is questionable, so keep that in mind. But whenever there's a primetime game, he usually plays, and he usually plays very well. He likes to show out in front of a big crowd and a big game. So just keep an eye on his injury tag. I was seeing this morning that they're saying he's more likely to play than not. And that's the trend we've been seeing with him and Anthony Davis both. They're on this injury report every single time, and they usually play through it. So with all these other injuries like Vanderbilt and Gabe Vincent and Christian Wood being out, I think LeBron's going to have to play. So, those are the last two there. There's no daily grind odds on this because it's a 0.9x. But if you guys want that last 2x, go for it. But honestly, with the way this slip looks with an 18x, I'm happy with it. So I'm going to pass it back to Russo now.
All right, guys. So those are the 5 we're rolling with. I just wanted to quickly show you a little bit into our Discord here. The Discord's really turned a corner lately. Our Discord is not one of those Discords where we're like, hey guys, if you want the best plays, come to our Discord. We give you the best plays that we can find available when we make these videos. The thing is the boards keep populating as the day goes on. Sometimes closer to game time, we'll get all sorts of props that aren't available early on. So we're constantly doing research, and what I love about our Discord is we just work together as a community. The best value about our Discord is our community, and we work together to build out slips. This is just some of the wins that we've been able to put together. We're predominantly prize picks. We do a lot of prize picks, but we also do Chalkboard and Underdog on here. But if you can see what we've been able to put together, Jordy's been dropping esports plays. We're covering League of Legends and CS2. We're getting into NHL. We're getting into all sorts of sports. But there's an Underdog winning slip right there. But we've been having a blast, and we've been getting on a heater in the Discord. There's a Chalkboard 6-man that hit. So if you're interested in checking this out, it's just 50 cents a day. It's right around 50 cents a day. If you just go through the link in the description of the video, and then go up to server subscriptions once you're in Discord. Subscribe and it'll unlock all the channels for you. But honestly, we're just having so much fun. We've been doing League of Legends at night, and we've been doing NBA every day. We have 2 other analysts in here. We have Moose and Consul. Moose is the 2-man king. Honestly, this dude just puts together these 2-man slips that just his success rate is ridiculous. He's just been putting it together, and so you can take Moose's 2-man slips and build out a 6-man if you want. But anyways, guys, just wanted to give you a little look inside of what we've been doing lately, because we've been having a lot of success. So if you're interested in checking this out, just go through the link in the description of the video, and then make sure if you do join, make sure you hit us up in the community chat. Let us know you're new to the Discord, and then as a community, we'll just show you around, show you how we do everything, and help you get like a little lay of the land in here. But that's going to do it for us, guys. We hope you have a great Wednesday. Very excited about this 6-game slate, and I think that covers everything. So yeah, have a great day, guys, and we will catch you in the next video.
All right, good luck, guys.